So let's start our today's class. Okay. In today's class, we are going to learn about how we can call a class method. Okay. We will see about the interfaces, we'll see about the superclass, and we'll see about the subclass. We'll also see about the object instances and the static instance method and the static method, both kind of method, and what's the meaning of instance and what's the meaning of a static. That also we are going to see in today's class. Let's go to the system, and here we'll create one program. Okay, just a second. So yesterday we have created one class, and the class name is this one, ZMB28 demo class. If you go and check about this class, we have created one method, and the method is the instance method. So instance method is always called with the help of object. Okay, instance method will be always called with the help of a object. Object is nothing but the instance of the class. So we'll see that one. Okay, here if you want to test it directly over here, you can run that. You can press on that F8 button, and then this is the method will come over here. Click on this particular button, give the value over here. This method we have created to add two numbers. Okay, so 20 and 30 I want to add it up over here. Press F8 and you can see that the 50 is the result over here. That means it's working fine. If you want to debug over here itself, what you can do, the put the breakpoint over here, double click on this add, put the breakpoint over here, and you can debug it. Okay, you can debug it. Give the value over here 20, and I'm going to give another value once again 20. 20 plus 20, it should be 40. I'm going to click on this F8 button, and the breakpoint is now got triggered, and here you can see that IM value 1 is 20, which I have provided on the interface, and here also we have the value as 20, which we have provided. Both the value, when it is going to be added up, it should be 40. Press F5 and you can see that value is now 40. That's fine. So like that you can debug. Alternatively, from here directly you can debug. Alternatively, you don't have to put any breakpoint or something like that. Directly you can click on this debugging and it will directly go into this method over here. You don't have to put then the breakpoint. Okay, I have just removed the breakpoint, and you can see that once again I'm going back and click on this debugging option, and it will directly go to this particular place and it will stop over here. So from there also you can debug. Let's create one program and call this particular method. Okay, SC38 will go and we'll create Z add two numbers. Okay, in oops way, so with the help of object oriented methodology, we are going to add two numbers. So what I have done, I have created one global class. Okay, so using oops concept, create a program, right? Using oops concept, add two numbers. So for that we are going to create a program, executable program. Click on the save button, click on this local object, and here you can see that this method which we have created over here, this is the instance method. So whenever I have an instance method, first I have to create an object of this particular class to call this method. Okay, first I have to create the object of this particular class to call this method. So how I can create an object of this particular class? So for that purpose we have to instantiate the class. So the first step, create the object to call the method, because method is instance method. If it is not the instance method, if it is the static method, okay, then we don't required to have an object directly with the help of class, we can call that method. That also I will show you. Okay, that also I will show you. Or better, let me first show you how we can call the static method, and then we will see how we can call the instance method, right? That will be better. So come over here, and I'm going to create one more, method. So here we have one more method called add one. Okay, and this add one, that's fine. Here come and select the static method, and here it should be public, then only you can call from that particular program. Okay, and some using a static method, press enter, click on the save button, and here now this add one is the static method. Add one is the static method. I'm going to give some better naming convention. Add a stat is the method which is the static method. Press enter, rename, click on the save button, check the syntax. Okay, and we'll write some code. So what I will do, I will write the same code which is here. I'm going to use the same code which is here, and double click over here and put the same code. Obviously you'll have to define the parameter, right? This im value 1 and im value 2 over here for this method as well. So click on this parameter im underscore value 1, im underscore value 2, and then ev underscore sum. And here it's an importing parameter, so you can give one, right? So automatically, sorry, one stands for exporting. So just a second, I think 0 is for importing. Okay, press enter, and here associated type int1. Here also we can give the int1. Okay, and now exporting parameter 1, and here also we can give the int1. Okay, this should be importing. Fine, so we have given this one, and now there should not be any syntax error or something like that, because we have defined this parameter, and the same parameter we are using into this source code over here what we have written. So just by double clicking on this method, just by double clicking on this method, you can go to the source code, or you can put the cursor over here and click on the source code. Then
So,
also you can, yes.
so this one is means like the above in the method. Here types, parameters, typing, and description is coming. How do I take that one in my system also? Like this one.
Okay, yeah. So what you want to do over here?
No. Like when we go to method parts, suppose we you have double clicked on that particular method. When you go to source code, and there is the parameters, typing, and description is coming above, no? And that part also want means basically I want that particular
So here,
part. And
see, here you have the signature option. Okay,
okay,
if you click on the signature option, that will come.
yeah,
Okay,
okay,
that will come by clicking on the signature option. Okay,
okay,
so save it, and no problem, activate it, and it will be now activated. Okay, it got activated now, and now this is the static method. You can see that this is the static method and this is the instance method. So first I'm going to call the static method. To call the static method, only the class is sufficient, the class name is sufficient. Okay, so to call the static method, only class name is sufficient. Okay, so how to call the static method? you'll have to copy this class name, or you just type the exact class name, and then you will have to use the equal sign and then arrow sign. Okay, equal sign and then the greater than sign will have to use, and you have to give the name of the method. Control space you can give, and you can see only the static method is coming over here as an option. Okay, you can see only the static method is coming over here as a option, though there are two method over here, add and add stat. You know, the add stat only is coming over here. I'm pressing control and space. I'm pressing control and space. Okay, so you can give the class name and you can press control plus space, and all the possible method will be listed over here. So I'm just going to put the cursor over here and press shift and enter. Remember, press shift and enter so that automatically your signature will come. Okay, automatically your signature will come. So press shift and enter. You'll have to do like this, or else you can use this pattern button to call the to call this method. Okay, another way, you can click on this pattern method. You can use this ABAP objects pattern. Objects means class, object means class, so you'll have to choose the second option. Click on this, and the call method, you'll have to call the directly. You know that your method is a static method, so you can directly give the class name over here. Okay, and if you press F4 over here, it will give you the two option, right? Add and add a stat. But because you have to choose this static method, you'll have to use this one, and automatically it will take the signature and everything. You can see that automatically it has taken this one. Automatically it has taken this double equal to sign and greater than. Okay, this is the way. And if it is the instance method, so to call the instance method here, if we're going to call the instance method, how you will have to do the difference between in calling is, here you will have to give the hyphen and then greater than. This is okay, not equal to sign. And here you will have to use the object name, means the instance name or object name you'll have to use. So first you will have to instantiate the object. First you will have to instantiate the object. Okay, so you'll have to use the object name. If we're going to use the pattern button, come over here, and I've selected the second option. Click on this OK button, and the instance name, you can give the instance name over here. Okay, so I'm going to give the instance name O underscore demo, something like that. Anything you can give the instance name over here. So automatically this particular automation, what it will do, that automatically this instance will be created, okay, with the help of this particular wizard for this class and all. Okay, click on this OK button, and you can see that this sorry, add a stat, because the static method I have selected, that's why you can see that again it has inserted this one, right? And it has not considered that instance method. So what I will do, that this time I will be careful, and I'm going to choose the instance method, and now you will see that it will create differently. You can see that single arrow add, all this thing is coming, and O underscore demo, somewhere it should be defined. So automatically it is not defined. You can see that O underscore demo is not automatically defined, so you'll have to define this one automatically. Okay, how to do that we will see. Let's go step by step, otherwise it will be confusing. Okay, so the first step what we have seen, if we have to call the static method, okay, we have to use this class name, then equal to sign, and then this greater than sign, and this is the template. If you pass the number over here, for example 60 and 40, these two value if you want to pass, and if you want to capture the result over here, so you can capture the result lv underscore, okay, or gv underscore anything sum. So in class you will have to define one variable data gv underscore sum, same as in function module you call, right? So type, it's the int one, right? The type should be the same. ev underscore sum type is int one, so whatever the value will be added, that will come over here and will be stored in gv underscore sum. Okay, now I'm going to remove this one. This and this both is same. Here I have just used the wizard, right? So the both way you can use using the wizard, or directly you can give the class name, right, and use this sign and control space. If you give, it will list out all the possible static method, and then you can use. Okay, fine. So save it, and I'm going to comment this one, right? I'm going to comment this one. This is just I was showing you. First we will see how the static method is working, right? It will give you the same result. There is nothing, different. It will give you the same result. Breakpoint, activate it, put the breakpoint here also, press F8. Okay, and if you press F5, it will call the method. Press F5 and you can see that here it has come. I am value 1 and I am value 2, 60 and 40, and then ev underscore sum, you can see that it's 100, right? The value is coming, and the same value in gv underscore sum, it is coming 100. And whatever you want to do with this value in this program, now you can do in the object oriented way, right? So this is how we can do. This is how a static method we can call. For calling the instance method, first we'll have to create the instance. So how to create the instance? Okay, how to create the instance? Come over here, and you'll have to use the data keyword. Okay, name of the instance o underscore demo, just I'm going to give type ref2 and the name of the class. This is the name of the class. So first you will have to create a reference variable which will start pointing to the memory, and now I will create the object of that particular reference. So create object o underscore demo. As soon as you will write this syntax create object, one particular memory area will be, uh, there in the memory. Okay, will be there in the memory having the same, so suppose this is your memory. Okay, and this is the this is a complete hard disk or some memory. This is a complete hard disk your, and here one particular small memory area is there, right? So your class name is what? ZMB28, ZMB28, right? This is the class you have. So this is the class you have, and this class is, suppose its template is here at this particular memory area. So once you write the first syntax, once you write this particular first syntax, o demo type ref to this one variable, this o underscore demo, o underscore demo is also there in the memory. This will be also there in the memory. This particular variable, this particular o underscore demo variable will start pointing this particular class. And once you write this create object syntax, this o underscore demo will having the same shape as there is the ZMB28. Okay, means whatever the attributes, whatever the methods it is having, the instance kind of attributes and methods, everything will be associated with this object. I will show you that one. Okay, I will show you that one. So I'm going to erase these drawings, and now that object is created. Okay, so some instance attribute, let us also declare some instance attribute. So where you can define the attribute, suppose I want to define some, this demo class is, suppose let us suppose this demo class is something like the class for car. Okay, this is a car class. This demo class is a car class, and I want to specify the length of a particular car. Okay, so all the car is having their specific length, and to specify their length, I require, I require a attribute. So instance attribute I'm going to select, and here the visibility, you must have to make it public, then only you will be able to access in that program, and associated type intward. Okay, and the height, this I'm going to mark it as a static. So this static attribute you will be able to only access directly with the help of class. You will not be able to see in case of so what it's telling, visibility can be either public, protected. Yes, public. Okay, public, and here int1. Right, so just save it. So two attributes I have just defined. Check the syntax, activate over here, activate, got activated now. And let's go to the program. Okay, so this instance object will be having the access of all the instance attributes and instance method. How you can verify? See, you can verify like this. Okay, you'll have to give the single hyphen and then greater than sign and then control space. You can see that this add and add stat both is coming over here, right? Both is coming over here. Here, just one thing I want to show you over here, this shift and enter over here, right? Give some value 40 and give some value 50 over here, and gv underscore sum I have already given, right? Uncomment this one, uncomment this one, just save it, check the syntax and activate it, put the breakpoint over here, right? And press F8. Okay, the first one is fine. The gv underscore sum, you got the 100 over here, 60 and 40. Now press F6 once again, and here o underscore demo is your instance object. This is the object o underscore demo. This object got created over here, right? Length is 0, height is 0. You can see length and height both is 0 over here. This is the object and name of the class. It is telling the name of the class, and this is the object, right? Now here length and height both one over here. You can see that instance attribute, it is coming in the green color, and here it is the static attribute, it is coming in the white color. Okay, so the color is, this color also having the importance. This green means the public, you can call from anywhere. Private will be in a red color. If your if your attribute is private, then that will come in the red color. If your attribute is protected, that will come into the yellow color. Okay, so with the help of this color itself, you can identify how your attribute is. Okay, fine, just F3, and I'm going to press F6. Okay, because after this there was no any statement, so it has just come out. Breakpoint I'm going to give, and once again activate it, press F8, once again, and once again press F8, and here the control has come, right? So press F6, 50 and 40 should be 90, right? So 90 has come. So what you understood from this example, right? What you observed from this example, this instance method, this static method can also be called from the instance. Okay, this static method, this is your static method, add stat is your static method, can also be called with the help of instance, with the help of object. Okay, but instance method you will not be able to call directly with the help of class. Okay, so what I mean to say that, if you here if you here try to copy this one and paste it over here, and if you try to call this add method, it will not work. Okay, so both is having the same parameter. I'm just going to copy and paste it over here. It will not work, it will give you the error. Okay, check the syntax here itself. It will give class method can only be specified with a static method. You can see that this add method we have there as an instance method, it's not accessible with this. Okay, it will give you the error. So the static method can be called with the help of instance object. Okay, as well. Fine. And here if you come o underscore demo hyphen this greater than arrow, add this add method also can be called. Okay, so control space, put the cursor over here so that I and press shift enter so that I will get this all these things. And you can see that here I'm going to give 900 and here 100 and gv underscore sum. Okay, fine. So check the syntax now and you can see there is no error. So the static method and instance method or a static attribute or instance attribute both can be accessed from the object. Object means the instance object, the instantiation of the class. Okay, object is nothing but the instantiation of the class. Using this object you can access both the method, both kind of method, a static and instance method. Both kind of method can be accessed. Fine. So this part you understood. Okay, how to call. Now there is a very important concept called interface. Okay, so that is going to be helpful in our body. Interface, what is the interface? So interface is going to be used mainly for the purpose of interface is going to be used mainly for the purpose of polymorphism. Okay, so the same class, the same method can behave differently in the means the same method if you want to behave, then for example let's go to that particular class, and here you have this method, right? You have this add and add stat method. Suppose if you want to behave this method differently for the different purpose, that is possible with the help of interface. Okay, so suppose let's define one requirement. Go to this ABAP editor and I want to create one program. I want to create one program. In this program, what I want to do that the method I want to keep it the same. The name of the method I want to keep it same. Okay, but what I want, when I want to add these two number, one method I want behave, it should give the 100, but another the same method, the same add method, what I want is to do this 900 and 100 100 and extra 100 value or 200 value also it should add. Means 900 plus 100 1000 and extra 100 should be also added, means the 1100 should I should get the result. The name should be the same, name should be the same. Okay, so how to achieve this one? How to achieve this one? Name of the method is same, but the requirement is different. One is the simple adding method, whatever I'm going to pass, it will just add and give it to me. And another, the main name of the method is same, but what I want, when I pass this value, it should add 900 and 100, right? 900 and 100 and one extra 100 also should be added and it should give me the result. That means what I want to have the code like this. In the another method, we have the name of the method add only. We have the name of the method. I want the name of the method add only, but I want to, have the code like this. I want to have the code like this. One extra 100 I want to just means just I'm taking one simple example. I just want to show you that the different line of code, the different piece of code we can write for the same method, and we can use the same method for the different purpose. With the help of this way, actually our coding effort is going to get reduced. That's the main benefit. Okay, in our oops concept, that part we are going to check in detail. That's very interesting part. Okay, so here it might be little confusing for you, because I'm just trying to summarize it up, not in very detail. Okay, but just try to understand over here that the same method name can be have differently in the different environment for the different purpose. Okay, so how to achieve that one? So to achieve that one, first you will have to create one interface. Okay, first you will have to create one interface, and that interface we can use in the class. So let's go and do that one. Okay, let's go and do that one. Fine. So come over here, and I'm going to create one interface SE24 and give the interface. Always interface name starts with ZIF. Okay, it's the standard naming convention. And some demo add. For the add method, I want to just show you how to achieve the polymorphism. Click on this create button, and you can see that automatically system understood that I'm going to create the interface. Okay, and the interface name has proposed over here. So interface test. If I would have not given ZIF, then the system would be giving two options, class and interface. We'll have to select the interface from there, but the standard naming convention is ZIF. You'll have to use like this, it's better. Okay, so the method name here, I'm going to use the add method. The same method I'm going to use it differently over here, right? So the add method, give the parameter im underscore value 1, and the type is, here you can give the int 1, right? What is this type? Importing, actually. Press enter, im underscore value 2. Here also we can give the importing int 1, press enter, and then the ev underscore sum, here exporting, and int 1. Okay, so we created this method, right? We created this add method, and the same interface, what I'm going to do, that I'm going to use in the two different class. Same interface I'm going to use in two different class. So /o SE24 ZCL add 1. Okay, click on this create button. Class, you can see here it's giving the two option, class and interface, right? Because the naming convention I have kept it like this. Click on this OK button, the add 1, click on this save button, local object, and the interface, which interface I want to use, ZIF demo underscore add. This interface I'm going to use under this class. Once you use this interface under this class, automatically your methods will be populated over here. Okay, so this is the name of your method. If you go and see the parameter is will be inherited from that particular interface, right? And go to the source code. I will write the code over here. Okay, so I will simply copy and paste the code which we have written over there in another class, right? This is right. This is the add. Let me copy this code and I will paste it over here. Control V. So just save it and check the syntax. Activate it. I have activated now, right? This is now activated. Go back, and what I will do that I will create one more, So come over here. Let's create another class. Obviously you'll have to create two class because two different method with the same name you want to uh, define. So method for add method in a different way. Add method implementation in different way. Click on the save button, local object, and here also I'm going to use the same interface. Okay, press enter. Now automatically this method is coming over here. Come over, right, copy and paste that particular code which I have copied, Control V, and here I want to do I want to sum it up and I want to add some extra value. For example, I am going to add extra 100 value. You can see the different piece of code, the different we have here for this method is there, right? Name is the same but the behavior is a different because the class is different over here, and I want to have the name same but the behavior different. Okay, come over here, just go back and activate once again everything. It got activated now, so you'll have to activate. It is now activated, and now what you have, the two class you have, z add one, right, and add two class you have, and both the class is having the same method, right? If you can see that both the class is having the same method. So now your requirement is something like, I'm just going to copy create some another program, z add two number polymorphism. Okay, polymorphism. Click on this create button and polymorphism. Executable program, click on the save button, local object, and here come what I want to do. I want to give two radio button, and based upon the radio button I want to use or simply here in the program itself some criteria we will give, right? So better to write the code with the help of radio button. So I'm just going to give two radio button, r underscore button 1, type char 1, edge uh, radio button group g1. Okay, again parameters r underscore button 2, type char 1, radio button group g1. Okay, so the two radio button we are having, button 1 and button 2. So what my requirement is, if r underscore button 1 is selected, means not initial, selected means not initial, or equals to x, in that case both you can write r button 1 is not initial, or instead of that r button 1 equal to x, x means selected. In that case you want to call the method of class 1, right? Call the add method of class 1, correct? You want to do like this, or else if this another radio button is selected, okay, if another radio button is selected, in that case call the which method you have, again the add method, right? Add method of class 2. You want to this is your requirement, right? This is your requirement, correct? This is your requirement. Now what will happen, that if you want you can also simply what you can do, that if the first radio button is selected, check the syntax, activate this one, press F8, and the two radio button is there, radio button 1, radio button 2, right? First one is selected. So in case of the first one is selected, what I want, the call the add method of class 1. So what is my class 1 which we have created? Z class ZCL add 1. Okay, so what I will do that, data o underscore add 1, this is the object I am going to create, ocl1 type ref to the class. What is the name of the class? ZCL add 1. This is the class which we have created, right? So this is the class we have created, ZCL add 1. So the object I have created, and once the object is created, I'm going to call the method o underscore cl1, and this is the which method? This is the, you can see that here ZIF demo add is coming, right? ZIF demo add is coming. This interface is coming, right? Press enter. Just a second. I want to take that method actually. The instance method, this is public ZIF demo add, right? So that's not coming directly. Copy this one and I will paste it over there. Okay. So control V. So this is the method which is there, right? This is the method which is there, and this method is having two parameters, right? This method is having two parameters. One is exporting parameter and another is importing parameter. So here just exporting, and then what you can do that use this parameters. That is not coming directly, that's the problem.
We have to is here we have to means we have to not basically create that particular instance of that class.
Here we have created na o underscore civil type ref2. Okay, that's why it was not coming. Yes, you are right. We have to instantiate that part I missed. So we'll have to create, that's why it was not coming. O underscore cl1 create object. So you'll have to create the object, you are right, and come over here o underscore cl1, and here control space, and here you can see no, here also it's not coming. Create object, that's fine. Type ref2, this is also okay. Okay, no problem. Here control space, let me do one thing, add, let me try with this. Yeah, now it's coming. Okay, so first the interface method, the interface name you will have to get, and after that you will have to get this method. Okay, now it's coming perfectly. Use the 40 or 70 over here. Okay, and gv underscore sum, fine. Just uncomment this one, data gv underscore sum type int1. So this value you will get. Now here if the second radio button is selected, okay, you want to call the add method of the class 2, right? Your requirement is like this. So what you can do, copy this one and paste it over here, and here instead of 1 we have to use 2, right? And the second object, the name of the object I'm going to keep it different, right? Because we cannot keep the same object name twice. Here also the 2 will be there. This other thing is fine, other things looks good. Here interface name is same and method name is same for the second class. Here you can see that here we are using the interface. Suppose if you have similarly this add method, you want to call this add method, right? So suppose you have some 10 class, or suppose if you have some 20 class in real time. Okay, every time you'll have to write this if, else, right? Again else, again else, again else, and based upon the condition you are going to create the object and you are going to call the same method, right? What is the benefit for this interface? First I will show you the result. Okay, I will show you the result over here. At last we'll keep the breakpoint. At last we'll keep the breakpoint and put the breakpoint over here. Press F8. the first radio button is selected, means I want to call the add method of the first class. Okay, press F5, F6, come over here and O underscore CL1, O underscore CL1, the object jet class add one, that's fine. And it will give you the sum, GV underscore sum, 110, 7 and 70 and 40, 110 it's giving, right? And it will come out. So the output it is giving correctly. The second radio button, if it is selected, then it should call the second one, right? F6, it has come to the second part, right? And this is also giving the 70 plus 40, 110, and extra 100 I have added, so 210 it should come. So it is coming 210, right? So this is also giving you the correct output. In the second class add method, extra 100 I have added. Name of the method is same, but I have implemented differently. So to avoid that many code, that much coding, actually to avoid that much coding, we have the interface concept. The benefit of interface is that what you can do, you will create the reference variable of that interface. Okay, so what is the name of the interface? This is the name of the interface which we have used, zif demo underscore add. Copy this one, copy this one. Okay, copy this one, and data create one variable. So if or reference variable, generally we tell ref add variable type ref2. Okay, so this is our interface. Interface cannot be instantiated, very very important. Interface cannot be instantiated, it's very important. Interface cannot be instantiated, only the class can be instantiated. Okay, only the class can be instantiated, interface cannot be instantiated. So this is only the reference variable I'm creating, I'm not instantiating. I'm not going to write create create ref underscore add, create object ref underscore add. I'm not going to write this one. If we're going to write, it will give you the error. It will tell that ref add is not an object reference. It is not an object reference, it is a interface reference. Why you are trying to instantiate interface reference? Interface reference cannot be instantiated. Very very important, very very important. So but the reference variable I can create. I have created a reference variable. You can see I'm clicking on the check syntax, there is nothing, no problem. And this reference variable is going to do the magic for us. Okay, this reference variable is going to do the magic for us. Okay, so this code you'll not have to write this much over here. What simply you'll have to do, once you create the object, just assign this object to the reference variable. Okay, so ref underscore add equal to o underscore cl1 full stop. Okay, and here also you don't have to write the code here once again, right? Come over here and simply the same reference underscore add variable assign with the object o underscore cl2. This is possible, this is possible, this we can use. So what it will do, this interface will start pointing to this object, and then that object you can call. So instead of calling so many times this method, you can, suppose you have 20, or suppose you have 100 class, and based upon the condition, if you want to call that class, this is a big headache. Every time you'll have to do like this, right? So you don't have to do like this. It's now your code is going to become very simple. Okay, at last, simply this reference is now ready with you. Copy this reference. Okay, control space, mm, control space, and this add method. Okay, simply you can call like this at last. So you can see that how much your coding space is going to be removed. This you can remove now, and this you can remove now. But I will do that, just save it, and I will keep this particular program, and I will copy this program to the another program. One I have given, copy this local object, and from there I will delete. Okay, so oh, it didn't get copied because it was not activated. No issue. First we'll activate this one. First we'll go and go into the change mode, the save it, check the syntax. Some error is there. IAM underscore value to cl2, no, not cl2, o underscore cl2, right? Check the syntax. Okay, this value will have to pass it. So what I can do, I can pass here itself 40 and 50 gv underscore sum, gv underscore sum. Okay, check the syntax. Now it got activated. So you can see here, you know, I'm just going to copy this one, and from there I will remove the date code. Okay, come over here, and I'm going to now remove the date code. Once you remove the date code, then you can see how less your code is there, and then you can imagine if you have large amount of such requirement, how much, you know, 1,000 lines of code or lakhs line of code you will have to write. But with the help of this polymorphism, with the help of this magic, you know, what you can do, you can, based upon condition, you will just create the object and you will assign this object to this particular, you know, the reference variable of this interface. Okay, because already I was using the interface, so it's easy. This you can do if you have already used the interface in your class. Okay, this you can do already if you have used in the class. With the help of the same concept, you know, the singleton class, with the help of the same concept, the factory class, you know, there are different kinds of design patterns are there. There is one very important design pattern called the factory design pattern. Okay, so that factory design pattern has been used heavily in the oops ALV, or so many places SAP has used that one. With the help of this interface, it was possible. So interface is very powerful concept, very powerful concept, this interface. And with the help of interface, we can achieve the dynamic programming in the oops. You can see that so dynamic it is, right? You are just going to create the object, assigning this object to the same reference, same interface. Again, the second object you are going to assign the to the same reference, right? And only one time we'll have to call this method. Okay, so this much the coding effort you are going to, you know, short it out. This will be more clear when we will see these things in detail in the oops concept, in the oops class. Okay, here just I'm going to give you the glimpse, because the oops itself, it's going to take around 30 hours. Okay, 30 to 40 hours it will take around. But here, you know, we don't have that much time. We are already crossing our time limits already, you know, around 70 or 75 hours of time duration we have completed, and we have still a smart form left, we have still module pool programming left, we have still LSMW left. Okay, so I don't want to go inside this much in deeper, and no, so better let's first complete the core ABAP, then in the separate course in detail we will see this. Okay, so that's why we are covering the basics over here. Fine, so come over here and you can see now you can run this one. It is having some problem, you can see that. Let me activate, it's telling that it's not activated. I'm going to activate, it is now activated. Run this, and the first radio button, if we're going to select the first radio button, okay, and it is coming this giving the breakpoint over here. So first radio button means 40 plus 50, right? It should give the 90, correct? So 90 it is giving. But when you are going to select the second radio button, it should give what? It should give the 90 plus 100 as well. 190, its result should be there. Second add method should be called. Okay, 190 it is giving, right? That's the magic of interface, right? If you want to do it, you can put the breakpoint over here and you can check how it's behaving differently. I'll just show you. Okay, I'll just show you. Put the breakpoint over here and press F8 for, select this first radio button. So first radio button, what I want to call the add method of the first class, F5. Okay, so add method of the first class, the class object you must have to create, that is necessary. Okay, that will have to create. Once your object is created, you are going to assign that object to the reference of the interface. Okay, so currently the reference, you can see that it's initial. Once you will assign this object to this reference will start pointing to this object. Okay, currently this has been created, so here you can see it is not a initial, it is having the class this zcl add one. Okay, initial means it is not instantiated. Press F5 and you can see that now the same class, it is starting pointing this reference, this interface reference is starting, has started pointing the same class which is over here, right? That's the, so and now this reference, this reference interface I'm going to call over here, that, so what it will call, it will call the method of this z class side, and you can see that this method it has called if sum im underscore value 1 im underscore value 2. So taking the advantage of this interface, SAP has introduced the body concept. With the help of body, what you can do, you can create your own another class and you can write your own code, and when you will write the SAP standard program, then your code will be also called if you have activated, okay, if you have activated your body. Okay, in customer exit we have seen, if we have switched on the implementation project, then it was only getting called. If we have switched off, in that case it was not getting called. We'll see that body in detail. Okay, so the first radio button you have seen over here. The second radio button, I'm going to select over here and press F8, and you can see that F5 and the create object, right? The second class, you can see the second class, just I'm instantiating the second class, and now it is not initial, the second object attribute, and the reference addition, currently it's initial, but it's going to start putting the second add class, and this time it's going to add this one, right? That's the magic of interface. With the help of this interface, we can achieve the dynamic programming. Okay, and the body is also one of the important part. Body is also one of the important part. Fine. You can learn something more about ops. You can go to my YouTube channel over there. Okay, and there I have prepared some ops related video and already posted over there in the very concrete way, in the very nice way and concrete way. You can learn many things from there. So you just have to search Pankaj ops app, and here ops app tutorial. You can see this SAP Oops Abap VVI interview question and answer. You can go through this tutorial once and try to understand. There are so many concepts I have just covered a little over here and I put over here. Generally I cover in the class. Okay, and but lot many things you will get in very crisp and concrete way. You will able to understand like association, relationship, aggregation. So this video you can get and you can understand. Also you can learn so many things. So many people has posted a small video over there on the YouTube. There is one person called Suraj. He has posted a nice material over here on the ops. You can go and check Suraj ops coding, something like that. So here you can see that he has complete OABAP. You can go and check his video. Okay, so here he has Oops ABAP related video. You can check with the concept which we have learned over here. It will be easy from here to understand. You can also learn from here, or if you want to learn in detail. Okay, So you can go and check this. Okay. If you want to learn in more detail, you can also subscribe to my next course, that OPSAB app. Okay, fine. So activate it and just go back. And now what we have to do, that we have to come to the body part. Okay, so we'll see about the body. So body has been implemented. Body is nothing but it's the implementation of interface. Okay, it's a OOPS oriented concept, business add-in. Okay, so this also comes under the enhancement. Body is also one way of enhancement, business add-ins. Okay, so here how to find the body, okay, how to find the body means once you find the body, that means you are going to find the interface. Nothing, you are going to find the interface, and that interface you are going to implement in your class, so that dynamically your class method will be called in the SAP standard program. Okay, so whatever you are going to write the code, that code is going to be called dynamically, right? Because SAP what has done in their standard program, SAP has called the method with the help of that interface. Okay, the method, this particular method with the help of this interface has been called. So only one time they have written, right? Only one time they have written, and whatever we are going to create the another program, dynamically SAP has used the field symbol concept, okay, in their standard program. And with the help of field symbol concept, dynamically whatever we are going to create the class, that class object is going to create, and it will be assigned to the interface, and that interface is going to, that interface method, whatever the method we are having, you know, that is going to get called. If you debug that body, you will be able to understand. Okay, so you can debug and you can see the flow. If time permits, I will also show you. Fine. So how to find the body? This is the first point, how we can find the body. It's easy to find the body. So let's define one requirement. For example, suppose I have to create one material. Okay, so I use this MM01 very frequently because it's easy for me. Okay, you can use the same concept anywhere. So material here in the system, I think it's automatically this will be populated, means internal material, means internal number range it takes place. So it all depends on the configuration. If you want to give your own material in some setting somewhere, it has to be done. Functional people know. Okay, industry sector, automatic industry, and here the FF, this FEIT, finished product, press enter, basic data, press enter, and then the description. I'm going to give the test. Here also the base unit of measure, EA. And what I want to do, I want to do some validation over here. Okay, so for example, I want to do I want to mark this material group as mandatory. Currently, if you see that if I click on the save button, it got just material got created, right? That material got created. What I want before creation, I want to make this particular material group as mandatory. Similarly, you can have any kind of requirement. Okay, so for that purpose, I want to identify the body. So I have to identify the body first, and once I identify the body, I will implement that body with the help of a class, and there I will write the code. Okay, so how to identify the body? So to identify the body, you will have to go to the class called CL exit handler. CL exit handler. Okay, you can go to this class CL exit handler, and from here click on this get instance. Once you click on this get instance, come over here and CL exit handler get class name by interface. You can put the breakpoint over here and just go back. That's it. You just have to put the breakpoint over here, right? And what you will have to do that, uh, let me show you once again the step. What you will have to do, you have to go to SC24, Okay, you'll have to go to SE24. You'll have to give this object name CL exit handler. It's very important interview question. Okay, how to find the body, how to find the body. It's very important interview question. Okay, so once first you have to go to CL exit handler, then you'll have to choose, you have to double click on this get instance. Okay, double click on this get instance, and then what you will have to do, you'll have to put the breakpoint on line number, 14. Okay, on the line number 14, the CL exit handler get class name by interface. Here you'll have to put the breakpoint. That's it. This is the first step what we'll have to do. And then let me close the extra session. Come to this mm01, come to this mm01 over here, and you'll have to click on this, after putting all this data, test, and this base unit of measure EA. Okay, click on the save button. Once you click on the save button, that will be triggered. This time it didn't trigger because our session is not refreshed. Okay, our session is not refreshed, that's why that breakpoint was not considered. Okay, so sorry, go to mm01 /n mm01, press enter, click on this and give some value over here, EA, click on the save button. It's not triggered because the session is not coming into the effect, means that breakpoint is not coming to the effect. Once again I will go and put the breakpoint. Okay, once again I will go and put the breakpoint. So what I will do, I will go to SE24, remember CL exit handler, and go to this get instance and put the you can see that breakpoint is not set over here, that's why it is not stopping. Put the breakpoint, now it is there. Come to this create material, press enter, and you can see that this time it's stopping, but here we don't have to do. Press F8 once again and go to that create. What we want, every time it will stop over here because everything has to go through this, this particular code, so every time it will stop. So I'm just going to press F8, and you can see that here it has come. When I want to implement this particular code, I want to implement this particular code when I click on the save button, okay. So now after filling all this data, I will click on the save button. Material group also, maybe I can fill something mg for our reference, or F4, just take some valid material group 02. Okay, so I click on the save button. Now onwards, what you will have to do, you'll have to note down all the exit name. This exit name is nothing but your body name. You will have to note down all the body name from here. Okay, so this is the body. Open one notepad and note down all this body. Copy this and paste it over here. And now once again press F8. The second body name is coming, document object 1. So these are the name of the body. With the like that, you can list out all the body. The third body is document maintain 1. You'll have to note down all this body which comes after the click on the save button. Okay, from here you can find out all the body. So I'm interested in by clicking the save button, right? So once again I'm going to click on the save button. Okay, and here body material reference is coming. Control V, go to this particular code once again and press F8 once again. Body material check. Body material check. So material check. This looks like it will solve our purpose. Okay. So with the name also, you can just assume which body can be helpful. So just you will have to guess and you will have to check if it is helpful for you or not. So how first guess with the help of name, and the second, if you are not able to identify with the help of name, you can just Google it out, or you can ask the query on the SAP SCN website that you are looking for that. If someone is able to help you over there, it's okay, we'll get the solution quickly. All else, you will have to do the same exercise by with your effort, like how we are doing. You'll have to go to the each body, you'll have to analyze over there, and you'll have to see whether it is meeting your criteria or not. Okay, it's meeting your expectations or not. Okay, so this body looks like for our purpose, but still will not stop over here. We'll just keep it, note it down all the possible bodies which comes under this flow after clicking on the save button. Okay, EHSS spec checks. Once again, press F8. Body screen logic underscore RT. Press F8. Test it. Press F8. Body METN1. Press F8, and you can see that we have come to this particular, this screen. That means these are the list of the body where you can go and check which is going to fulfill our requirement. Okay, so this part we will see that how we can analyze further. This is little tricky. I will show you how you can analyze further. Okay, fine then. With the help, with this, we'll stop our class today. And for today, let's go to the assignment part. What we can give the assignment over here. Come to this report, enhancement, and the class. What you can do that, under the activity one, what you can do that, create an interface. Okay, then second, create an interface having the operation method, name of the, having the method called operation. Keep the name of the method called operation. Okay, and the create interface having the method called operation. Use this interface in two different class. Okay, the ZCL operation 1 and ZCL operation 2. Okay, in operation 1, ZCL operation 1, what you will have to do, so your method name is operation, right? In this operation method, what you will have to do, in this operation method, write the code to add two numbers. Okay, write the code to add two numbers. Okay, and in the another class you have ZCL operation 2, and the name of the method is same. So in the another class method operation, write the code to multiply two number. So the name of the method is same, but the activity you are going to perform different. Okay, so multiply two numbers, and then what you'll have to do, call this method, with the help of interface in a report. Okay, in a report dynamically. So dynamically you have seen how I have called, right, with the help of, call this method with the help of interface in a report dynamically based upon the based on the radio button condition. Okay, you can also write the code like this, based on the radio button condition. Okay, so you'll have to do this one. The second activity, what you'll have to do, create one simple class, create a simple class having a static attribute, create a simple class having a static attributes and methods. Okay, and call this method in a program. Okay, and display the output. Using the write statement, you can display the output. Okay, using the write statement, you can display the output. So SC24, and this is the SC38, where we can write the program. So if you want to, just what I wanted to show, this gv underscore sum output. So here I can go and write that gv underscore here, write gv underscore sum. So like that you will have to use gv underscore sum, and once you get the output, share the result in the WhatsApp. Okay, create a simple class having a static attributes and methods, and call this method in a program and display the output. In activity 3, what you'll have to do, that create a simple class, or you can use the same class, create a simple class, or previous class can be used, or use the previous class having the instance attribute and instance methods, and call this method in a program and display the output. Okay, so create a simple class having a static attributes and a static methods. So what you can do, this actually, let me change the sequence. Okay, so this should be activity 1, this should be activity 2, and this should be activity 3. So please do this one, you will be having some basic idea about the class. Okay, so you'll be having, and go through those videos, you will be having better understanding, and try to learn more about this. Oops is very important. Okay, so fine, with this, let's stop our session over here, and we will meet tomorrow. If you have any question, please feel free to ask, or else we are going to stop the session. Any question? Anyone is having any question? No question. Fine then. Have a nice day. Bye bye.